What if falling in love with the wrong person felt completely right? What if the connection you never planned for became the one thing you could not escape? This is a story about desire, judgment timing, and the kind of love that changes you forever, even when it does not last forever. Solène Marchand is not chasing excitement anymore. She is 40 years old, divorced, and trying to keep her life steady. She owns a small art gallery in Los Angeles and spends most of her energy raising her teenage daughter, Izzy. Her days are filled with responsibility, routine, and quiet compromises. Love is no longer something she actively looks for. It feels like a chapter she already lived through and closed. She believes she understands the rules of adulthood, and one of those rules is that dreams eventually become unrealistic. Her past relationship left her cautious. She learned how easily love can turn into disappointment and how quickly passion can fade into responsibility. Solène tells herself she is content with the life she has built. Not excited, but stable. Not thrilling, but safe. And for a long time, that feels enough. Everything begins to shift when Solène agrees to take Izzy and her friends to Coachella. It is not her plan and not her idea. Izzy's father was supposed to take them, but cancels at the last minute. Wanting to be a good mother, Solène steps in even though she knows she will feel completely out of place. Loud music crowds and young energy are the opposite of her world. Surrounded by teenagers, artists, and endless noise, Solène feels invisible. She watches from the sidelines, convinced that this festival belongs to another generation. She counts the hours until it will all be over, and she can return to her quiet, predictable life. In the middle of the festival chaos, Solène accidentally walks into the wrong trailer thinking it is a bathroom. Instead, she finds herself face-to-face with a stranger who looks calm, confident, and completely at ease. His name is Hayes Campbell. In that moment, she has no idea who he really is. There are no screaming fans, no flashing cameras, just a quiet, unexpected conversation between two people who were never supposed to meet. Hayes is charming, curious, and genuinely interested in her. He listens to her stories and asks questions that make her feel seen. Solène laughs in a way she has not laughed in a long time. For a brief moment, the noise of the festival disappears and time feels suspended. When she finally leaves the trailer, she assumes that is the end of it. A strange, beautiful moment that belongs only to that place and time. What Solène does not realize yet is that Hayes Campbell is one of the most famous pop stars in the world. He is the lead singer of August Moon, a boy band adored by millions. His face is everywhere, his life constantly documented and controlled. Yet when he met Solène, none of that mattered. For the first time in a long while, he felt normal. After the festival, Hayes cannot stop thinking about her. Fame has given him attention, money, and success, but it has taken away privacy and authenticity. Every interaction in his life feels rehearsed. Every smile feels expected. Solène was different. She did not want anything from him. She did not know who he was. She treated him like a person, not a brand. Hayes finds a way to contact her, and when Solène sees his name appear again, she is shocked. Part of her is excited, and another part immediately tells her this is a bad idea. Their lives are too different. The age gap is too big. The complications are too heavy. But curiosity wins, and they begin talking. What starts as casual conversation slowly turns into something deeper. Hayes visits her gallery and learns about her passion for art and creativity. Solène sees a side of him the world never gets to see. A thoughtful young man who feels trapped by his own success and unsure of who he is without the spotlight. When they are together, the outside world fades and their connection grows stronger. Solène feels alive in a way she has not felt in years. Not because Hayes is younger, but because he makes her feel desired without judgment. He does not see her as someone past her prime or defined by motherhood. He sees her as a woman with depth, beauty, and emotion. Hayes, on the other hand, finds comfort in her stability. She grounds him in a world that constantly pulls him apart. As their relationship becomes romantic, Solène struggles internally. She knows how the world views women her age. She knows how people react when an older woman dates a younger man, especially someone famous. She tells herself to be careful to stay realistic and not let fantasy take control. But love rarely listens to logic. For a while, they manage to exist in their own private bubble. Secret moments stolen between tours and rehearsals. Quiet dinners where Hayes can finally relax without pretending. conversations that stretch late into the night, laughter that feels genuine, touch that feels safe. For both of them, this love feels honest and deeply personal. Eventually, the bubble bursts. Photos leak, rumors spread, headlines explode across the internet. Instead of a love story, the public turns it into a controversy. Hayes is portrayed as naive. Solène is painted as the problem. People question her motives, her character, and her worth. The internet becomes ruthless. The criticism is not just loud, it is cruel. Solène is mocked for her age, her appearance, and her role as a mother. Strangers feel entitled to judge her choices. The narrative becomes toxic and distorted. Love is no longer the focus. Judgment is. The hardest part is not what people say about her. It is how the attention affects Izzy. Solène's daughter begins to feel the weight of the public eye. Whispers at school, comments online, and an emotional distance slowly grows between mother and daughter. Solène sees guilt in Izzy's eyes, and it breaks her heart. Solène starts questioning herself. She wonders if she was selfish for wanting happiness. She wonders if love is something she is no longer allowed to choose freely. She wonders why her age suddenly defines her worth. The pressure builds, and every moment with Hayes feels heavier than the last. Hayes tries to protect her, but there are limits to what he can control. Fame is a machine that does not stop. It feeds on stories and drama, and Solène has become part of that spectacle. Hayes loves her deeply, but he cannot shield her from the world that surrounds him. Solène reaches a breaking point. She realizes that staying with Hayes means constantly exposing herself and her daughter to pain. It means accepting that her love will always be debated, criticized, and questioned. It means sacrificing peace for passion. In a quiet, heartbreaking decision, Solène chooses to walk away. Not because the love disappeared, but because it was real enough to hurt. She tells Hayes that she cannot be part of his world anymore, that loving him costs too much, and that some love stories are not meant to survive reality. Hayes is devastated. For the first time, he cannot fix something with charm or fame. He understands her decision, even though it breaks him completely. They part knowing that what they shared was rare, meaningful, and impossible to forget. Time moves forward as it always does. Years pass, and Solène rebuilds her life piece by piece. She focuses on her gallery and rediscovers her sense of identity outside of love. Her relationship with Izzy slowly heals as honesty replaces silence. The chaos fades and routine returns. Hayes becomes a memory she carries quietly, not with regret, but with tenderness and gratitude. Hayes continues his career, rising higher in fame, but feeling the absence of something real. Success no longer feels fulfilling. The applause feels hollow. He realizes that love like the one he had with Solène does not come often and may never come again. Fate brings them together again years later. No cameras, no noise, no pressure. Just two people who once changed each other's lives. They talk openly about who they were and who they have become. There is no bitterness, only understanding, acceptance, and growth. This time, the world does not define their connection. They meet as equals, free from expectations. The story does not promise a fairy tale ending. It offers something better: closure, peace, and the possibility of choosing happiness without fear. The Idea of You is not just a romance. It is a reflection of how society views women, aging, desire, and love. It challenges the idea that passion has an expiration date. It asks why love is celebrated for some and condemned for others. At its core, this is a story about courage. The courage to love boldly, the courage to endure judgment, and the courage to let go when love demands too much. Some love stories are meant to last forever. Others are meant to change you forever. And sometimes the love that shapes you the most is the one you never expected to have at all.